Hello. This is another episode from the series Curiosities About Countries. Today we will tell ourselves a bit about the mountainous country, or Austria. Austria is located in Central Europe. The country is a member of the European Union, but it is not a NATO member. The name comes from the German Österreich from the Old Coast German Österreich, a significant state in the east. In the 9th century, the territory was the eastern part of the Franks Empire, as well as the eastern borders of German settlement in the Slavs. During the time of Charlemagne and during the early Middle Ages, these areas were called Marcia Orientalis, Eastern Marcia, which was adopted in the local language as Österreich. This word first appears on the document of 996. The area of Austria is 83,854 square kilometers. It is an Alpine country in the sense that more than half of its surface is in the Alps. The highest peak is Grossglockner, reaching 3,797 MASL, while the lowest point in the country is Lake Nezadersky at an altitude of 115 MASL. Austria, with a population of about 9 million people, is characterized by a high level of urbanization. Most of the inhabitants live in cities, with Vienna as the most populated city, with over 1.9 million inhabitants. Austria flag, consisting of 3 horizontal belts, red, white, and red, is one of the oldest in the world. According to circulating legends, its colors are to refer to the white tunic of Prince Leopold v. Babenberg, which during the Battle of Acca in 1191 was stained with blood. Austrian cuisine is very diverse. The insert of Hungarians is marked primarily in the form of peppers and in the presence of all spice dishes, check, in the form of various dumplings. A borrowed technique of roasting meat on the grate comes from the Balkan nations, from Polish cuisine. The use of cream, fungi, cucumbers from Italian dishes from pasta, rice, and ice cream. The most popular types of meat include beef and veal in this kitchen, and less success has gained less success in the Balkans. Fish are common for this. The national dish in Austria is Wiener Schnitzel, which is a thinly broken chop of veal. The most common addition to the dish is potato salad. It is worth mentioning that for several years the name Wiener Schnitzel, thanks to the efforts of the local authorities, is legally protected. However, an apple is a national fruit. The world of animals in Austria is characteristic of the Central European zone. Roe deer, hares, pheasants, foxes, badgers, martens, and partridges are often seen here. In addition, chamois, marmots, and eagles appear in the Alpine region. However, the national animal is a swallowbird. Due to the diverse climate, the world of plants in Austria is extremely rich. Austria is classified as the wealthiest European countries in the forests. Alpine flora is diverse and colorful. There are, among others, charot, bitterness, alpine clove, arnica, heather. Especially at the northern ends of the Alps are dominated by forests, and mixed deciduous forests and steppe heaths are typical for the Penonskis. In the eastern part of the region of Lake Nesidsk, we will meet with a specific steppe flora. The capital of Austria is Vienna, which is also the largest city located in the northeastern part of the country on the Danube. It was founded around 500 BC as a Celtic settlement. In 15 BC, he became a Roman border station. He obtained city rights in 1221, becoming one of the largest and most important cities of the Holy Roman Empire, and after his fall the capital of the Austria Empire, and then Austro-Hungarian. In 1918, he became the capital of the Republic of Austria. The monuments of Vienna are, among others, the Gothic Cathedral of St. Sepsena, Town Hall, Mighty Column, the Church of the Holy Trinity, or the Church of St. Ruprecht. Currently, it is a city that has been at the forefront of rankings of the best for life for many years. In this city in the Palace Park is the oldest zoo in the world. Also there is the Karl Marx Hofblock, which is considered the longest residential building in the world, which is 1,100 m long and has almost 1,400 apartments. The Central Cemetery in the capital of Austria is the largest in terms of the number of people buried in Europe. It covers only 5 square kilometers, but there are as many as 330,000 graves on the surface, in which 3 million people were buried. There are, among others, the graves of Ludwig van Beethoven, Johannes Brahms, Franz Schubert, father and son Strauss, Falco. As for ecology in this country, 60% of energy comes from renewable sources. In addition, 1/3 of forested regions are official, with a protected area. You can see that the Austrians care about the environment. Austria has natural resources such as magnesite, iron ore, brown coal, stone salt, oil, and natural gas. In addition, the country has significant energy resources, mainly due to the water energy from numerous mountain rivers, which makes it a European leader in this field. Now, let's get to the curiosities of this country. 1. Due to the mountainousness of Austria, alpine skiing is a very popular sport in this country due to the region of location. There are as many as 433 ski resorts in the country. In total, there are over 7,200 kilometers of ski routes, which serves over 2,500 lifts. Because the Austrians are good in this sport, Austria is the most successful country in it. At the Winter Olympic Games, representatives of this country have so far reached for 128 medals, including as much as PL40. For comparison, the second in the table of all time Switzerland has 75 discs, 27 gold, 23 silver, and 25 bronze. The Austrians also dominate at the World Championships, where they have stood on the podium 294 times, which is an absolute record. 2. Austria not only dominates sport. Well, it is also one of the countries where the largest number of Nobel Prizes per capita. In total, they have 19, 5 of them in chemistry, 7 in medicine, 3 in physics, and 1 in economics and in literature, as well as 2 room Nobel Prizes. 3. Few people know about it, but many famous people were born in Austria, such as the famous composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, creator of psychoanalysis Sigmund Freud, painter Gustav Klimt, or Prince Josef Poniatowski, later commander of the Crown Army of the Commonwealth. 4. In Austria, there is the oldest restaurant in the world. Place of St. Peter Stift's culinary in Salzburg exists over 1,200 years, and the first mention of it comes from the notes of the English Monkin monk from 803. As a curiosity, let's add that the oldest restaurant in the USA is White Horse Tavern, existing since 1673. 5. The popular baguette in France comes from Austria. Auguste Zong created a steam furnace in which, according to the author's recipe, he baked fluffy bread. Around 1837, he moved briefly to Paris, where a year later, he opened the Boulangerie Viennoise bakery, in which the famous baguettes were sold. 6. Another French, or rather Austrian delicacy, is croissant. The croissants began to be baked in memory of the victory over the Turks in 1683. Croissants appeared in France together with the baguettes in Augustus Zang's bakery. 7. In the town of Hinterbrühl, located near Vienna, there is the largest underground lake in Europe. The underground tank called Seagrot was built in the former gypsum mine. It covers about 6,200 square meters of surfaces. 8. Eisriesmalt Cave. In fact, the system of connected natural caves near Werfen is considered the largest ice cave in the world. 9. Krimmel Waterfall, with a height of 380 meters, is considered the highest waterfall in Europe, with 3 thresholds. The highest of them is 140 meters high. 10. Bakeries combined with sofa bars are popular in Austria. A Pole, Franciszek Trzosniewski, invented them over 100 years ago. 11. In the salt mine in the city of Hallstatt, there are the oldest stairs in the world, over 3,000 years old. 12. According to the Austrian legend, Santa Claus had an evil brother named Krampus, who, together with his devilish horde, was looking for bad children to punish them. 13. The oldest continuously published journal Wiener Zeitung appears in Austria. It appeared for the first time in 1703. It was then published under the name Wienerisches Diarium. 14. The sewing machine was invented by the Austrian expert Joseph Madersperger in 1818. It's all in this episode. I hope that this movie was pleasant to watch. As you got to the end, write in the comment Underground Lake for coverage, and I say goodbye to you and see you in the next film. Hey!